G'day cobbers and welcome back to another dive down the rabbit hole. He's a badass, he's mischievous.
He's dead, Jim.
Though deaths on set are rare, they are not unheard of. There are famous ones like Bruce Lee's kid, and some maybe ones like the famous Munchkin from The Wizard of Oz. But one thing they all have in common is they should not have happened. Alec Baldwin accidentally killed someone with a gun after many safety barriers were not followed. From the prop master to pointing the damn thing at someone, real gun or not, you never point it at someone. Editing should make it look like you are. Anyways, that's not the point. The point is that this horse died in Braveheart. Wait, what? It wasn't a real horse? Oh, thank God, tragedy averted. As of when this video was written, there had been 14,047 executive orders decreed by the POTUS, with perhaps the most famous of all executive orders being the Emancipation Proclamation freeing all slaves living in the Confederacy.
Emancipation Proclamation? I don't listen to hip-hop.
Another very important EO was the desegregation of the armed forces. Oh, there seems to be a pattern here. Well, come to think of it, there are a lot of executive orders that are getting rid of racist policies. And there is one about torch hunting. Yeah, have a look at that up. Yeah, it's interesting. It really is. What will happen when the Queen carks it? Well, I guess a lot of people will be sad. This monarch has outlasted 14 British PMs, 13 presidents, 10 Soviet leaders, comrade, and a buttload of Corgis. With the One Ring giving unnatural life to Gollum and to Bilbo, so too do Corgis give unnatural long life to the Queen. I don't have any definitive proof, but she hadn't had a Corgi since 2018, until earlier this year. And in that time, the Queen seemed to age 30 years in that period. Now, I'm not saying that these Corgis are like crack to the Queen, but just join the dots for yourself and tell me you don't get the same conclusion. Now, there are very many ships out there. There are tanker ships, passenger ships, naval ships, relationships, and of course container ships. Container ships contain things like containers, but you didn't know that. There are many sized container ships from this to this to this, but they all contain containers. A lot of what we get is literally shipped by this method. Now here's a question for you. Why is when something's shipped it's called cargo, but if it's sent by car it's called a shipment? Yes. From a humble rigger on a small bridge in Sydney to the biggest export Australia has ever had, Paul Hogan has done it all. He's been married twice, and once twice to the same person. Been smacked by women in bars, shown his knife is bigger than another man's knife, and has also been a cowboy, but we don't really talk about that. Paul Hogan was born in 1939, but his face is only 24. Hoges, as he is affectionately known, had the Paul Hogan Show between 1973 and 1984, and then in 1986, Croc Dundee came out. What an innovative movie, really putting Australia on the map. Hoges, we love you and keep on keeping on, good sir, and may your Aussieisms live on forever. But please, we don't have shrimp in Australia, they're bloody prawns, jeez Louise. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that vid. Do give it a thumbs up if you did, subscribe if you haven't already, and on that note, jijjitaguda my kings and queens out there, and I hope you had a great one.